Alright everyone, it's time to rock and roll. It is time for more colony survival. Now these guys have just finished off digging out what they had to dig out here, which means now we can go and get ourselves the cotton farmers set up. So I think we can just set up 10 by 10ers. Let's do it smart there. That's a 10 by 10 for you. Then let's have a look what we can still fit in here, just in order to make this work. You also have a 10 by 10. Okay, and then for here, we can just fit whatever fits in here. 16 by 6. Sure thing. That's 1, 2, 3. That should definitely give us more than enough resources for you. Let's take you out of here. And I think we can do another one right here in the corner. There you go. Look at that. Perfect. So that's the cotton well on the way. We've got the walkway coming in here. And so far... last night, so good. They did relatively well with their new setup here. With all the traps, with all the additional guards, I think we're going to be doing quite well with this now. Having a quick look, we finished with, well, it is 9 o'clock in the morning. We've got 254 of the short cannon, the hand cannon ammo. So I'm quite happy with that. How are we looking sulfur, etc.? Gold, we got over 2,000. That's fine. We got over 5,000 bars. We got over 2,000 tin. We got 1,000 raw iron. We got 1,700 zinc. So we're all good on that. 4,000 iron ore, which is good. 900 lead ore. Potentially we'll need 1 or 2 more. Iron bloom is the biggest problem we have at the moment, because we're also consuming it relatively fast. All right, sulfur 345. Absolutely laughing. Let's get you out. No, let's keep you there. And let's take one of our shiny lights and put you in the corner there, just so we can see something. Back at DT safety, and so far I think we're doing relatively well. We've got a nice stack of beds in here, so we've got plenty of people that we can hire, and we actually have the corridor going through to the main flag here, so that's going to make it a lot easier. There's a couple of people standing around doing absolutely nothing yet, but that will come. That will definitely come in time. This was actually not very smart, and I've left this overnight. I need to make sure that we've got this, not with these ones, but that we have this at least covered off, and nobody can make their way in here. So like that, and like that, because this is water, so it's at least 2 and 2 on either side. Okay. Was not very smart, not very safe, but luckily enough we got away with that. And now I can finally set our digger area, the one that I wanted to set in the last episode but couldn't. Digger, because it was not... they didn't finish this one yet, and you cannot have overlapping areas. Okay, so let me just quickly find the spot. I think it is right there. There you go, from here. And then I'm going to go over to the other side and just... link it up with the boxes right up there. There we go. And then just like this, because that's also going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people right here who can start doing those jobs. Don't have them yet, so let's quickly recruit to fill all the jobs. They're now well on the way to get all of that done. And there's a little bit left that needs to be dug out from here. Okay, I think that's going to cover all of it. So we're going to go for another digger area. Up. Quickly hop on down and just need to clean out all of this. I hope that the area is going to be big enough, but I think we can go, because we can have up to 40,000 blocks. So we should definitely be able to make that until just inside here. There we go, 33,000 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get a whole stack of people here. All right, we're going to fill all the jobs. We are a few beds shy, which is surprising, but also not surprising. But we have the space, because look at this. There's going to soon to be a dorm, but I have not fixed that up yet anyways, so might as well just grab another stack of these beds and chuck them right in. All right, but that problem solved. Now recruit to fill all the jobs. See, there we go, all done and dusted. Now let's have a look. How is our hand cannoneers and everybody else out here doing? Hopefully we're still doing well. Although it's 9 o'clock, so we're only at the start. If they're not doing well now, we have much bigger problems. See, but they're all already starting to come from that area. As the night is rolling, I'm just going to go and hop down because we can. And I'm going to go and make the preparations for our next line. So eventually, there we go. We want you guys to be coming right down here. Need to be careful that they're not going to be going around and killing me out here. There is an awful lot of them though. Maybe it's not a smart idea to do that now. We'll wait for daytime. All right, look at it from this angle. It does actually look pretty cool so far. Now, I'm standing here on the far end of what is going to be our safe area. Now, what I'm thinking, and let me get my HUD back on, is that if we're going to go and have a wall out here, which could actually be 3 high, there's no problems with that, then we need always the empty block, and then potentially we could have walkway on this area where the monsters could be walking, and we'll do the similar zigzag as to what we had so far. But I'm thinking that we're going to be breaking it down into multiple stages. So if I'm going to have a zigzag here, then I would actually have potentially another wall with all the projectile traps on here. And keep in mind, we're doing this for the big build because we're getting into the final stages. So once we're done with this, we need to be able to go all the way until the end and withstand whatever is coming for us. So then we have you here. We would then have the traps. In order to get the traps done, we will need to have a whole load of trap fixers that can walk in between, and that would kind of block it off as well. So let's just, to get the idea out there, projectile traps, an entire wall of this. And then to just make sure that we're doing it properly, I would have the same again on this side. Now, imagine this one has gone all the way to the other side. There we did our flip around, and it's going to go magically through the wall. And then we have our empty spot right here. And then it's going to be coming back into this direction. And let's close you up just so it's safe for me and I don't yeet myself off of the side. There we go. There. And then we're going to go here into the same direction again. Quickly hopping on. There, just to make sure that we are still safe. Up. Okay, so then I grab the other projectile traps. I don't have more. Okay, so then we have the same on this side. So they're going to go and they're going to get arrows all the way through on all sides. Now we're going to need a ton of projectiles to shoot. Ton and tons. But the chances that they're going to make through that are going to be very, very slim. Now, the other option obviously would be to have them just at the end, or have them zigzag like this and get a little bit more out of it. I think that the traps are shooting nearly instantaneously, so it would just make sense. These diggers have cleaned up the top layer, so the next thing that we now need to do is actually get you in here, and then we want to get a self-construction, and we want a builder area, and we'll just continue building with the regular dirt. Now, I do need to be a little bit careful with what we do and do not have. That is very, very noisy, but all right. Up, there we go. And I think right until there. Then we do the same thing again as we did with the other blocks as well. Just get the walkways up until there. Okay, so this needs to be the crates actually. And for now I can do it like this because it is not safe at all. But by the time I'm done here, I will make sure that the difference is 2 blocks everywhere. So it's going to be as safe as is needed. 7 people can work on this for now. And I am then going to remove you, you, and you. And then last but not least, let me grab already a whole stack of dirt. And let me have a look. Yeah, until here. I mean, it's pretty obvious until where I need to fill it. All right, so like this is going to be safe for them to keep standing there. There. So at no point in time can any of the monsters make it all the way up there because there's water on that side. There's water on that side. Yeah, just to make sure. So those guys can just at peace fill all of this in nice and quietly. Good. Now, there's a little bit that's not going to get filled in, which is going to be on this side. So I'm going to have to do that quickly manually. I can set up another worker area, but it's not really going to be worth it. It's just a little bit time consuming, so let me quickly fill this in by hand. Okay, so in preparation, I've extended the walkway to the middle area. Let me see. See, there we go. So now they all have to go right here, and that's where they turn up in. They are making their way through here at the moment. And I think that that is pretty much the only area where they, at the moment, can get up. So it's either here or all the way from up there. So we have three long lines of monsters coming in. Oh, I was going to say, I heard a trap set off, which means they were well on the way in this direction, but we're really, really doing well. And as the guards here during the night are working away and getting all of this ready, I'm going to go and set a separate group here. You guys work on, you work on primarily that, and I'm going to put you on group number 4, and I'm basically going to put you on infinite gunpowder. Just keep crafting it because we are going to need it. In order to start actually building on this, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, those guys need to hurry up. I know that they have a long way of walking to go, but we might potentially need some more daytime guards because that is quite a bit still that is walking around. See, that's the only problem you have with making your compound too secure. I mean, fair enough, those guys are just daytime slinger guards. Potentially, what do we have on daytime guards? I've got daytime crossbow guards. Yeah, let's get a nice set of these guys going. We've got the people for it. There we go. That's the first one that's on duty. The rest of them are already well on the way. I mean, the trap fixers are there on duty anyway, so that's kind of okay. Yeah, they made it to the second bell, but that was kind of expected. Yeah, you come over here. Let me punch you as well. Let me help out a little. Now we've got a couple of extra daytime guards, which apparently really is needed. Then again, we are at 1070 threat level, so it's kind of normal that we need to really step up our game on that side. Plus, we did extend their pathing for quite a bit. All right, so those guys, well, working on filling all of this in. And once all of that is done, how are you guys looking? Oh, did I not give you guys crates? I'm pretty sure I had more people working that. No wonder it is taking that long for them to dig it out. All right, all good. So, yeah, they are working on filling this in. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and get them to start building the main wall on this side. We'll have to make the entrance just to make sure that it is safe and sound. But once I've got the main wall set, we can make our first slinger and we can start moving some of... Well, we can just hire new guards in order to work on this section here. Alright, it's not even that bad. It's only 231 blocks. Do need to get a couple of people to work it. So let me quickly hop on here. And we'll put a crate here. And also let's do a couple of crates here. And in order to make this work, I will put there a couple of those blocks. Alright, 1, 2, and 3. I... put it on Ducktown. That is not a smart idea at all. Yeah, that is not smart at all. Alright, remove the area and let me quickly redo this. Wow, look at it. So we're pretty much done with the other side with getting the moat up. And I've put a little bit of a wall in here so I have the walkway out of there. What's going to be their bedroom nice and secured. And we have a nice walkway up here to get onto the wall there. So that way they can sleep in their own area, but still make it onto the secure and safe area without being bothered by any of the monsters. But look at the amount of them. That is insane. I mean, I'm not surprised that sometimes my game, the PC is struggling with the amount of zombies and monsters that it actually needs to pathfind, I'm surprised it's holding up that well. Yeah, definitely there's quite a bit of work to be done. Problem is, I'm kind of limited because of my time that I can be out there in the not so safe zone. So we really need to start working on getting some guards at least up at the main entrance there, which is something I might actually start working on now. If we're going to get the wall built here, I need to stay here onto the wall side, so they are forced to come through the main colony and go through our secure area. It is 10 o'clock in the morning. I still heard the bell, and this is, I think, one of the last ones that they decided to wander around. But look at them. There's still a high amount of zombies or monsters or whatever we want to call them making their way through here. Can I, thank you, just quickly hop on here just to make sure that the pathfinding stays working. All right, so this trap did set off, but all in all, it was not too bad. Yeah, these guys do have a little bit of work to do, and they have a little bit of reload time. There we go. Took 2 arrows straight through the face. Didn't give a flying fish about it. There, another 2, just because he can. Now it's going to set up the caltrops. Couple of more crossbow bolts, doesn't care either. Couple more arrows, don't care. Ring the bell. And then the slingshot guys are going to take him down. That would be amazing. Nah, it was one of the crossbow bolts. Okay, so yeah, they are doing relatively well now. And of course, they just finished building in an area that I wanted to keep open. At least some of it needs to stay open. And that is exactly right here, because this is where we're coming in. There, exactly. Just like that. This is merely to make sure that you're not going where you're not supposed to go. That's a little bit of a problem. And I figured as much there. So that does not entirely fly. I need them to get onto this line. Yeah, this is the initial walking line. So let me just set this up. Okay, so that's where I need them to go. All right, that's as easy as I can make the entrance for them. And then here we shall just up, climb up. And yeah, we can put a nice block on there. That is fine. There, so they at least have a nice walkway to get through and make their way all the way over here. Okay, now I need to remove this, because otherwise we're going to end up with the problem that they have an easy way to get to there. And that's the last thing that we need. All right, then you were the projectile traps. Okay, this is just slowly but surely making sure. There we go. Now we've got a pathway for these clowns. Gonna go down here, and then they're gonna go further down there, which is perfect. Gives those guys something to do. Now, it's already the majority of them that are going to be making their way right here. I don't really mind, because it is all safe zone here. I just did not expect to get this done in time for tonight. So let's go and get all of these ones right about here. Okay, night crossbow guards. Where do we have them? Got 19 of them. All right, well, every crossbow guard that we put out here is going to be 1. Okay, so that's going to be good. There, we're good to fill all the jobs. That is a whole army of night crossbow guards that should be on the way from the flag right here now. That put us up to 1,074 in heat. Yes, but this is going to be very, very good. Look at them. So a lot of them are already taking the path that we need them to take. And there we go. Those are the first guards that are already here. There we've got an entire army coming in again, which really, really is going to help us out. Okay, so I'm going to already start with extending this. And I just need to hit control here to make sure that I don't drop off. Yep, so that's going to be a line number 1. And whatever we get on the crossbow guard side is what we can put out here already. And whatever these guys thin out, the main colony does not have to deal with. As in, wow, this is unbelievable. The volume that is passing through here is absolutely insane. I love it. I mean, it's a nice, good challenge, especially because we now need to be really, really careful with where and how we walk. But I think this is going to be proving relatively useful because I can line all of this up with guards. The thing is, I just need, well, not the traps. Let me get my UI on because that helps usually. There, let's clean up all of this. All right, what other night guards do we have? You guys are day. We've got night bow guards, that is fine. Night hand cannon guards. Let's hold them for the daytime, and the night slinger guards. You know what? We've got plenty of meals. There we go. I need more beds, which then again is fair enough. So all of these are the crossbow guards. We've got a whole line here of the slinger guards. And slinger ammo, we've got about 2,000. Oh, he's already filling it. Those traps are actually working already. Nice. Oh, wow. He yeeted him off there. All right, so this is a good work in progress. I need to stay on the safe side, so let me quickly go through here. There we go. Let me place a whole stack of new beds down there because we're definitely going to need them. We're going to be feeding hundreds of extra people. I've thrown down a whole stack of extra beds here, just quickly looking at our main entrance, and we're looking quite okay. The bell rings once or twice, but all in all the daytime guards that we've put in place now are more than equipped to deal with whatever is coming for them. Now, I do need to remove that area because we don't really need it anymore. I'll build the rest of it by hand. I think that's just going to be the easiest. Yeah, let's just remove the area. Now, potentially, instead of having the entrance here like I did, I could build the same thing, but right on this side. I think I might actually do that. Okay, so let me quickly empty my pockets and let me just extend that walkway and make it as long as we can already. All right, so at the moment, physics do not exist, clearly, but that's something that we already knew. Now I need to be a little careful. Yeah, this is basically the only path that they have. Yes, and there is an entire army of additional guards on their way to keep this place as safe as they can. Can't really see anything because we don't really have that many lanterns and stuff going on. So we do need to fix a few things in that, but we can definitely do so. All right, now let's have a look how far these guys are going to make it, because we got a nice stack of traps already ready to rock and roll for them, and we have an entire army of slinger guards. Now I expect to be running out of slinger ammo, guaranteed. But then again, I might as well get another, I don't know, 50 people onto mining, because as I said, food really isn't a problem anymore. We nearly got 10,000 meals going. Potentially, let's have a look. How many crossbow guards do we have again? Again, 16. Okay, so let me hop along here all the way to the beginning. It's making me dizzy. Okay, so yeah, change his jacket. Just a couple of them, we're just going to change jacket. Poor game. Okay, so I hear the traps going off as well really, really fast. There's now a little bit more variety in there, a couple more crossbow bolts. These traps should do quite a bit, but look at this. So far, I don't see anybody walking to the main area. All of them are going to make their way through here. Now, these traps are not going to stand. Absolutely not. And the best part is, this is merely a proof of concept. I mean, we're going to need the world in ammo on all sides. But I like where this is going. So, hop, flip, let's get down here. The moat here is not really needed anymore. We can build a couple of extra stairs going in and out for the guards area there. I need to set another digger area whilst we're at it. Construction digger area. Let's dig it out from here. And I'm just going to go down here and dig it out all the way until right about there. That works for me. Might need to remove a couple of beds. I do have a couple of spare ones, so that is okay. Recruit to fill all the jobs. That's good. Those guys are actually waking up to start working soon. Now, let's have a look. Nothing has made it to main town so far. I mean, that is pretty darn amazing. Considering that we do not have any heavy weaponry here. All we have is a metric ton of sling bullets and crossbow guards. And we've got some traps in. Neither of the traps is empty so far. Then again, half of the monsters are still on the way. But this is pretty cool. And the good thing here is that the crossbow bolts are not getting wasted on the lower tiered zombies, because they just take a single sling bullet. And there's still a lot of them walking out there. So we're definitely going to need some day guards here as well, which we could relatively easily add if I don't dump myself inside a mode. Yeah, all of these guys are now coming out, so they're going to make me absolutely dizzy. But if we now get up here, because there's still quite a few monsters running around. Although it's not as bad as I would have expected. Daytime crossbow guards. Absolutely. 16 of them ought to do the trick. Probably. So this middle line is just going to be the daytime crossbow guards. I need to hire a couple of extra people. We need more beds. We're working on that. We're working on the extra beds already. So there's a couple of them coming in now. But let's be really honest. If this is all that is left from the entire horde, yeah, I think we're going to be relatively successful with the rest of this then. All right, there's only 2 left, 3. But to finish off the rest of it, I'm going to go and let's pick the middle. And this is the middle. And I can actually get you ready to go. Because the rest of them is actually on 3 high. I'm going to be pulling this all the way through the middle. And then as we build sections out, we can start breaking it up. But this is basically going to be the guarantee that they're going to follow very easy and designated pathing. All right, with that done, I'm going to take these ones out. There, I can pull this one all the way through. We will make it all work physics-wise as well eventually. But for now it is more, let's get this connected. And then we are well and truly done. There. Perfect. So the only way to get in there now, which is the way that they want to go, is to come through here and follow the entire line. Perfect. All right, so I think this is a pretty cool proof of concept. It works what we want to do. And there's going to be a whole lot of work that we need to put in order to get all of this set up. Then again, we're going to need to put that work in because luxury chests, we need to get some monoculars and luxury garments for which we actually, well, they're made on the dyer's table. So we need to have a look into that in order to unlock the luxury chests, which is what we need for the blast furnace. And then we can have a look at the rest of it as well. But if we're looking here at the prestige chests, this one's okay. This adds 250 thread, 350, 500, 750, and an additional 1,000. So that's 250, that is 600, 1,100, 1,850, 2,850. So we're going to be adding nearly 3 times the thread level that we currently have. And in order to counter that, we're going to need to get this thing built properly. Okay, guys, but that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have enjoyed it. And I hope that you're enjoying this little project that we've got going here. And after this, there's also up in the mountain there where we still want to build something big and majestic, either there or maybe up on there. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we want to build a nice cliff house or so. There's a couple of things I have in mind, but first I want to get all of the security areas properly set up and just make it something nice that we can work with. Okay, guys, but that's it. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys in the next one.